For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Well, Happy New Year to you. This is Paul Dingeman. We are here on Focus for the beginning of 2018 year. Glad that you are along with us. We've got a couple segments today with some friends that you will recognize. The first one is Dr. Ed Smith. Doctor, nice to see you. Welcome to the operating room.
Nice to be back here, Paul. How are you?
Good. We haven't had you in for a long time, and you've had a busy year with Cleveland construction and offshore racing. So we thought we better get you in and you can bring us up to date on what happened from last January through this year.
Well, we had quite an exciting year. We had some ups and downs. We had some bad things go on.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know that Keith had got killed here in the St. Clair race.
Right. Very sad, very tragic.
Well, a year ago, Keith and I, we were running both boats. We were running the American Ethanol boat plus the Cleveland construction boat. He was throttling, I was driving. And during the end of the year, because having both boats at both events got really, really hard to do. Mm-hmm. The crew was double, everything was double, and it was taxing everybody. So starting at the year, we decided that Keith had some commitments, so he was going to do 4 races that he had committed to. And then he was going to come back and race for me again with me on 2018. But we brought in Bob Teague from Teague.
Yeah, Bob.
Bob from Custom Marine in California. Bob raced with me up until we got to Clearwater. And then he had a staph infection. So, of course, he had to drop out. And then Chuck brought us from Broadco. We brought him on to drive, and I moved over a seat and throttled in Key West. And we had a disastrous end of the year. And then with Keith passing and everything, I mean, it really took the boat. It took the team. I mean, everybody was just like falling apart at the seams. And we decided to step back a little bit and
probably smart
and regroup and because I was all excited about waiting for Keith here for spring because him and I would end up going down to Florida. We'd start practicing again before the first race at Cocoa Beach. Mm-hmm. So now we've found another throttle man.
Okay.
His name is Grant Bergman, and he used to throttle the steel boat. The steel boat, they're going to park it for 2018, and he's agreed to race with me through the season of 2018. But upon doing that, and since everything went up and down and all over, sponsors decided to give the boat a big facelift. So
your boat.
Yes, the silver boats.
We are used to the Cleveland Cliffs being a big green, and then it changed.
Yeah, it changed. We're talking about the silver 388.
Okay.
The silver, black, and red one. That's over at the factory currently right now over in Douglas, Michigan.
Okay. At
the skater plant, and she's getting a new dash put in it. A lot of stuff being redone on the top. The hatches is getting a full fresh paint job. The trailer, everything's getting all redone on it. We have Sterling engines over in Milford, Michigan. Mike DeAnnabelle, they're turning around, getting a new set of engines set up for us, and hopefully I go pick the boat up here in about 3 weeks.
Wow. I mean, what's the length of the boat? Let's start there.
The boat's 38 feet long.
38 feet long. What's the beam?
It's 11 foot wide.
So it gives you a pretty good ride.
Oh, it does, but still in all, you can get her airborne because the boat will reach, it's capable of 135 miles an hour.
Wow.
And most of the races we do now, we've been doing the Florida Series because, of course, we have more competition.
Okay. So you're racing boats to the same size, same class, same speed.
Yes.
The other leagues that are around are sometimes with smaller boats, right?
That and they race what is called, they do GPS racing. So the boats can be configured of just about anything they want to be configured. You just have a top speed cap.
Oh, okay.
Our class, which is probably the closest you want to get to NASCAR.
Okay.
We have a rule book for the engine, rule book for the drives. I mean, everything is done to a specific. So all boats are pretty much equal.
Okay.
The only thing that we have latitude with is our propellers.
Okay.
So in our class now, and we run on pump gas. Same thing you put in your car.
Oh my gosh, because a lot of those previous years, you'd be using aviation fuel.
Aviation fuel rate, yeah, $12, $13 a gallon for fuel.
Oh,
But now it's pump gas. They bring it in their truck. Everybody in our class has to buy a certain amount of fuel off the same truck.
okay.
So nobody brings their own fuel. So it makes the class really, really close. I mean, from the first boat to the last boat is usually only about 20 seconds apart. And that's in an 80-mile race.
Oh,
So that's how close it is, unless you have a mechanical failure. All the boats are equal. Horsepower range is equal. The gear ratio, everybody has to run the same gear ratio, so nobody can actually run away with this. If you get a good start, get through turn 1, you've got a good chance at being up there in the top 3.
all of your races now are in the ocean?
Pretty much. We run, we'll start out here in the spring. Our first race is going to be in Cocoa Beach, Florida,
Okay.
which is, of course, the Atlantic Ocean. Then from the Atlantic Ocean, I believe we come up to Mentor, Ohio, which will be Lake Erie. And then we'll end up going to Michigan City, Indiana, Lake Michigan, which is 2 rough lakes.
Right.
Then we'll turn around, we'll go back down to Florida, and we'll end up going to Clearwater Beach.
Okay.
And then we'll go to Key West. There's another organization that is trying to have a couple races, one in Texas, another one in New York, and one in Missouri, I believe it is. And we're going to try to make those 2, depending upon if they don't conflict with the other series.
It's a full-time job.
It is, but it's fun. I mean,
You love it. You love it.
But you can only you only live so long. You're
Correct,
here.
correct.
And you might just as well have a good time.
Right?
So, I mean, what happens, but you turn around, you get back up in the morning, and you got to turn around and go do something.
That's right. That's right.
So,
And you've had tremendous support from Cleveland Construction for how many years now?
oh
10 years,
gosh,
probably?
Mr. Small and I started out about 13 years ago.
Okay.
And if it wasn't for him and his company, I would not be where I'm at today. We're actually riding around, and it's pretty much a brand new boat. It will be brand new when we get it out of the plant. The only thing that'll be used is actually the hull, but it's getting all repainted, all refitted. So
Where is Douglas, Michigan?
Douglas, Michigan is over by Grand Rapids.
Okay.
It's over near.
Is it on Lake Michigan?
It's about maybe 10 miles away from the lake.
So it's not on water?
No, it's inland.
Okay.
And those guys are the ones that built the boat, and Mark had decided that they're the best ones to turn around and refit it. So.
So how many years have you been in racing?
The St. Clair event's been going on for 23, 24 years, and I think I've only missed that twice. So it's 20 plus years I've been racing.
What got you into it?
Actually, it goes back to a longtime friend of mine, Dave Goodman.
I remember Dave, yeah.
Yeah, Dave from Tiger Fiberglass.
Yeah.
They
Good
were
guy.
racing. They were racing
Good
in
guy.
Bay City. I happened to go have lunch over at LaCroix's Pub here in town.
Right.
And them guys were coming back from Bay City from an event they had up there that got canceled. And he come in and he bet me $5 that he was going to beat me. So that was back in 1990, 97, 98, somewhere around there. And I did beat him, but I never did get the $5.
Just take all the interest on that $5.
Oh, gosh.
Buy a new boat.
But look at all the money we went through to get to where we're at today,
That's
though.
right. That's right. Do you have a website for Cleveland Construction or for the boat itself?
We do. The website for the boat is Cleveland Construction Offshore Racing.com.
Okay. So if people want to catch up more on the race and follow you, there's been so many improvements in things on board, hasn't there, over the years?
Oh, yes. Yeah, the safety is way up on these boats now. Particularly our boat, we've got crash panels in the side. We have a different rebuilt canopy. Our canopy's been overstructured now, so in case of a rollover, if we do get in a wreck, you have to keep going, moving forward with technology.
Right.
And the technology's been good, so I feel real safe in the boat. We have a huge escape hatch in the bottom.
You and Sean went over one time, and your son Sean one time in Key West, if I remember correctly.
Yes, my son and I went over in 2010. That was quite a scary event when we went over in the green boat.
And since then, the safety's improved.
Oh,
even
yes,
more.
yeah, because that boat didn't have a top on it.
Oh, okay.
So the water, I mean, we were upside down, and it was a pretty scary event when that happened, and the boat filled up with water immediately. But Sean and I both got out. I got a lung full of water, but other than that, it wasn't too
Didn't
bad.
stop you.
No, no, but it does make you think. You don't ever want to hurt one of your kids.
No, no.
And that was a decision that we had made back then, and I made that it was better off that he get out of the boat.
Sean, get out of the boat, get on land.
Yeah, get on land, and then he helped for a while, and he still, he loves the racing, he loves the boats, he loves the motors. He's a fantastic mechanic. He was an excellent throttle man, but it's just that it's like take the president or vice president, you don't put them in the same plane.
No, right.
You just don't. And my hopes are is for him to take over the marina for me, but right now I'm still playing with.
Let's talk about the marina. Riverbend Marina, been in there for a long time. You've owned it for a great number of years.
Yes.
What's new and happening at Riverbend Marina?
Well, actually, right now, our storage.
Quiet.
Yeah, it's quiet. There's ice. Pine River's frozen, so not anybody's coming in and out by water. But we've been improving our mechanical staff and all that. We brought on another guy.
Oh, good.
Business has been way up through 2017. We're sold out for inside storage.
Wonderful.
Outside, of course, we've got 17 acres so that we can put boats wherever. But the business has been just absolutely phenomenal this year. I hope and pray that we stay the same for 2018.
Is the water up on the Pine River?
Oh, I haven't seen the water this high in years. It's up to the seawall on the golf course.
Oh, my God.
Usually it's 18 inches down lower than that, but it's been up towards the top pretty much all summer long. And right now it's still like 6 inches from the top. So we're still at high water stage for this area. And it's been phenomenal for the boating. But we're seeing the boating change. Most of the big boats are kind of going either south or whatever. But up here now, it looks like it's turned into a pontoon haven.
Really?
Oh, I bet we put up probably 30, 35 pontoon boats this year. A year ago, we only did 6.
And the pontoons take the St. Clair River all right?
Well, they're building them now stronger. They're putting bigger engines on them so that they can handle the current.
Okay, yeah, because the current would get, that's a flat piece of aluminum, and it just keeps floating right away, so.
And, and the people, they can get them with different furniture on them.
Yeah.
You take a garden hose, you spray them down, and you go back out again. So it's not like cleaning carpet and all that into a bigger cruiser.
And you can use it on a day kind of thing, as opposed to with a bigger cruiser, you really are obligated, at least mentally, to go for a trip.
Exactly. Pontoon boat, you undo 4 lines, jump on it, twist the key, and you go.
All right. Let's talk about 2018, your racing season. You've got the schedule pretty well set. How do you think you're going to end up?
Well, it's going to be an interesting year. Mr. Brigham and myself have never raced together yet.
Okay.
Our first race will be in Cocoa Beach. I'm going to head to Florida here in February, March. Him and I will be running quite a bit on the weekends. We're going to go to Riviera Beach.
Okay.
We're going to do a lot of testing over there. Grant is, he's been into racing forever. That's all he's done. So the guy's a well-seasoned throttleman. Mm-hmm. And all we have to do is, I think if him and I get an hour or 2 in the boat and get ourselves acclimated a little bit, he's been with the Steel team. So obviously, they're up there in the top. They're world champions 3 years ago. I think they finished 3rd this year. So it's going to be a good challenge, but I think we're going to give everybody a good run for their money.
Good. How many boats in this group?
This group, we run anywhere between 7 to 13 at a race site.
Well, that's a good size number.
Yeah, and when you got 40-foot boats out there,
yeah,
7 45-foot boats taking off at one time.
Pretty spectacular.
Yeah, and the people say that we're so close. I mean, like you said, from first place to last place, it's like 20 seconds.
Do most of the races in the ocean, are they about 80 miles?
In our class, yes. Yeah, we run a lot of laps, 20 laps, 21 laps.
Wow. You're still using tape to
We still use tape. Yes, we do.
Tell people that.
What happens is,
Because you're going around and around and around and around.
we end up taking duct tape,
Right.
write the numbers on it, if we're doing 20 laps, 1 through 20, and you put them all along the top beam and the canopy, and every time you go past the start-finish boat, you pull one off.
Wait a minute, that was 4. No, that was 6.
Right. But we've had times where we have screwed up, and this year we're going to have a team that'll be dedicated to be right on shore with radios that come straight to the boat, and they'll also be counting on shore. They're not to talk to us except for when we go by their checkpoint. They're to tell us what lap we're on. And if
Go around one more time.
Exactly, exactly. But and the other thing is, if people are interested, NBC Sports did film.
Oh.
They did film Key West again this year, and I believe that's going to play the end of February, 1st of March.
Send us a notice, and I'll put it up on the screen for you.
We didn't do so well, but still in all, we'd like to have everybody watch the show.
It's pretty spectacular to see that kind of stuff. And, of course, they shoot Key West, which is always a beautiful spot.
It is.
So.
And they did a lot of nice interviews on it. And, again, it's like, even though we had a bad year and Mr. Small is still staying with me and he's still having the boat run and he's putting this type of investment into the boat, for us to run in 2018, I think is remarkable.
Let's talk about him for a second. Cleveland Construction, where do they do most of their work?
Oh, they're global.
Okay.
They have 7 offices.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and they also have one in Colombia, and I know he does a lot
Colombia, South America.
Yes.
Okay.
Bogota.
Okay.
Yeah, he has an office there. He's got offices in Washington, Mentor, Ohio.
That's their headquarters.
Yeah, the main headquarters is in Mentor. That's where it started. Fort Lauderdale, Naples. He's got offices all over, and they do big hotels, complexes. They do stuff for the military, and but it's a big company.
So they're not going to come and do your living room or your dining room. They're a little bigger projects than that.
A little bigger project than that.
Ed Smith, we're real proud of you in this little community of St. Clair and Marine City. We salute you for all the things you've done for the community and over the years, and wish you great luck in 2018.
Thank you.
Good seeing you.
Good seeing you.
Coming up next, we've got Becky Lepley and Judy White from Marine City, and they're going to talk to us about things that are going on at the Friends of City Hall for the old City Hall down there. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and we are here with 2 fine ladies who are so active in Marine City. It's unbelievable. Happy New Year to Becky Lepley.
Happy New Year, sir.
And to Judith White.
Thank you,
Happy
sir.
New Year
Happy New
to
Year
both of
to
you.
you,
Nice
too.
to see you at the beginning of the year.
Thank
There'll be
you.
lots of great things happening in 2018, we hope. And one of them that's going to begin is a blue denim ball.
Yes.
And that's why you're here. What's that all about?
January 27.
Okay.
It is a fundraiser for
Fund and fun.
fun and fundraiser for City Hall
Okay.
at Perch Point Conservation
Nice
Club.
place.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Doors open at 5:30. Perch Point Conservation, Meisner Road at
Yep.
Pounds.
Yep.
Food provided by Ackett's Catering, so we know it'll taste good.
Yep.
We will have some dinner, and then a dance band is going to kick in. It is the East China Community Big Band. It's a 20-piece orchestra who are playing for us gratis.
Good group.
Yeah, so no outlay
Great
for
group
that.
of men and women.
But great group, and they're going to play a wide variety of dance music. We're going to have some raffles and some silent auction going on to help us raise some money, and a couple of great big glass donation jars.
I like that.
For people to drop their extra change into.
Or
It
big
is an-
checks.
That would be so wonderful. $40 per person. If you buy a table for 8, $280, so that's a discount. Double that for a table for 16. It's an open bar. That means you can drink as much as you want.
Okay, or as little.
So, fun evening for a good cause. What we want to do with that is restore the north staircase.
I'm going to take this sign down temporarily.
Okay.
And Jared's going to throw up some pictures on the back monitor here and on the air. And you're going to tell us what the money's
You
going
want
to
to
go
talk about
for.
that?
I was going to say, this, of course, are the stairs that lead up to the Opera House on the second floor. You go in the old City Hall at 300 Broadway. You go in the east entrance, and it was on the Orpheum Circuit. It was a vaudeville opera house. There were 50-some of them in Michigan, and now we're down to, I think, about 11. And anyhow, when you came in that east entrance, you had a double staircase that went up both sides to the Opera House. For reasons unknown, somebody decided to chop half of the north staircase down, and this is what we have there now. And it's a very specialized repair involving steam bent oak, and it has to replicate exactly what's on the south side because it's sitting right there.
The top 3 steps are there, 2 or 3 steps in gray.
Yeah, it goes on up from there.
And then below that was all ripped out.
Just ripped out. Yeah, yep.
Just too bad.
It is too bad, and the man that came in to take a look at it and give us bids on it, who does historic restorations, especially staircases, had tears in his eyes when he saw what they had done to it.
You can see the
You can see it, yep, and
at the top.
Yep, and you can see the bending of the oak.
Yeah.
With that, one of the interesting things about the staircases is that when they put it together, every spindle in both staircases is in upside down. We don't know why, but generally a spindle is big at the bottom and tapers to the top. And for some reason, when that is a historical anomaly that will not be touched.
But at least
you
they
can't
were
change
consistent.
it. They were consistent. They were consistent. It's going to be a unique feature of a City Hall Opera House.
So the money you're going to raise from the Blue Denim Ball is going to go towards this project.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, any guesstimate of cost? Round figure?
Somewhere between 10 and 30, depending on what.
It depends on what do you get into.
Right.
Most construction jobs, when you get in, or finishing jobs, you get in and you find, we got to do something else.
Well, the architect and the stair specialists are talking about ways to do it best to make sure that it's done properly. So that's why we have kind of a wide window. But if we happen to have more money, there's a second staircase. We're hoping to put a spiral staircase in the old fire hose tower.
Oh, yeah.
So
This is
the more the merrier. And this is the south staircase.
So that's what we're trying to replicate.
That's what we're trying to replicate, yes. And it's solid oak, so there will be some work done on the finish of all of it.
But I noticed the spindles are upside down.
I love it. I love it. Again, that's something that makes us unique. That's something that.
I don't think there's anybody in town that ever noticed that
No,
or talked
no,
about it
no.
until this restorer walked in, and he was, making notes and taking some pictures and what have you. And finally, he turned to us and he said, the spindles are upside down.
Yeah.
Well, I will put this sign back up now.
Well, this is really important because it doubles the egress from upstairs and gives us more use of the Opera House.
Yeah, it
so
would
this
be.
is
It
really
would be.
really important that we get this done and we get it done right. That's going to really make a big difference now. The restoration, the total restoration is in the future, but this is something we can do now and have use of the building now, which is really important for funding going forward.
We have a lot of irons in the fire
Yeah,
about
we do.
future restoration. And certainly in another month or two, we would like to come back
Oh,
and talk
absolutely.
to you about
Absolutely.
that in great
Yeah.
detail, based on what we've achieved at that point. But we are working very hard and a lot.
Well, I know it's a labor of love for both of you, and you've certainly brought it along a good way so far. I don't know if you noticed, but this week we've run the service program that you did in September.
Oh,
That's been
okay.
on the air. I repeated that during the week between Christmas and New Year's.
Oh, how
Fantastic.
nice.
Thank you
days.
so much.
And,
Yeah.
That was such a great show, and that was all part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it
yes.
is. Yes, we were so glad to be able to do that in that that place with all the history in it, and to honor the people that were honored and sacrificed so much for the city of Marine City.
Well, it was so unique in all the things I've covered over the years to have the thank you, just a plain old thank you.
Yeah, that
for
happens
people.
almost never.
Right, right.
To give those
was
people
cool.
the recognition that they deserve.
Right.
That was Becky's idea, which I thought was very creative and very appropriate. And to everyone that I spoke with regarding that experience, they were very touched by it,
Right,
very
much so.
moved by it.
And the big hit was our K-9 officers. We had one there, Thor and Gretchen, and we're pleased to have them. They attended and behaved themselves very well.
Better than some of the people.
Yeah.
This is a fund and fundraiser,
Yes,
and it's going to be a casual dinner.
it is blue denim by title because
Oh, I
it's
like it.
casual.
Yeah.
You don't have to dress up, no ties, no starch shirts.
We want you to be comfortable.
Yeah.
5:30 at the wonderful Perch Point Conservation Club.
Tickets are available at Todd's Sweet Tooth in Marine City on Water Street, Vera Grace Emporium down at Tebow's Place on Broadway, and Marine City Gunsmith, Jesse White's place,
Right.
also on.
You can also go online. We have a Facebook page. We have a website for any kind of information. And call me, and I will bring you tickets if you can't find any. And they are going fast. We're surprised at how many, because there is a limit, and we're about halfway.
2,000, right?
Yeah. No, that would be nice. We could really pay for the whole restoration if we could do that. But yeah, we're looking forward to it. Especially there's been some people, that have gone with the tables and so forth and so on. So that's making a big deal for us. And we're new at the money-making business. Before it was all education and getting people in the building, and now we're putting our focus on actually fixing the building and raising money.
I love this East China Community Big Band title for music provided by EC2B2.
That's C squared, B squared.
Right, right. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, we had in the band, everybody handed in names, and that was the little clever one that got the most votes. So that's
Sounds like
who we
Bob
are.
Wheeler.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a big part of that.
Have we missed anything?
Probably, but we'll think of it
Catch it next
sometime in
time.
the middle of the
We'll come
night.
back with
Yeah, we'll be back.
Happy New Year, Judy. Keep
Thank
up
you,
the
sir.
wonderful work.
Happy
Keith
New
and
Year.
Becky, nice seeing you both.
Thanks for all you do.
That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Happy New Year to all of you and to your family. And I don't have to say it, but see you next year. No, it's already here. When we see this show. Goodbye. See
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.